Colleagues, are we all set? Great. I'm going to be your facilitator. Firstly, I want to acknowledge the two presenters, actually the three presenters, especially the Johannesburg West director and the DBE Edith and the director for a wonderful presentation. My role is, I'm from New Leaders Foundation, and my role is to navigate with you and show you where to find what in terms of the presentation. I'm going to also include some policies while I'm navigating. Firstly, this is the dashboard. And if you have logged on your dashboard, even before, if you have not, even if you don't know what to do, please contact our office or go to your EMIS office and tell them that you want to be logged on the dashboard. And when they have done that, you'll see this page. The page that you are seeing, we call it a home page. Therefore, I have selected my district. In your case, it will be a school. If you are at the district office, it will appear at district, the name of the district. If you are in a circuit, it will highlight the district and the circuit. This is what I'm talking. If you are at a district, it will do this. It will show that, and then you are going to choose your circuit. In my case, I'm not choosing any circuit because I want to do the district. Then let's go to the right you see where is the year and term. You must ensure that you are at the right year and the right term. And then you must choose the right grade. In my case, I choose grade 12 because I'm going to use an FET promotional profile, which is from grade 10 to 12, specifically grade 12. Now, colleagues, the director from Johannesburg said something very profound, which touched us as New Leaders Foundation. In particular, the daily activities that he has with the team. But what really touched me is the weekly submissions. So I'm going to show you what is it that he was talking about in terms of weekly submission. So I'm going to go to, on my left-hand side here, you see I'm using the demo, data dashboard demo. No school is attached here, nothing. It's our own thing. Then these are pages. It's a home page. I'm at the home page. It's a detail page, achievement page. I want to come to term to date. Term to date means you are just a week behind. So this is District 2, 25 July, how many schools that have uploaded? 30 out of 30. In your case, you might not even see this if you have not uploaded. If you have uploaded, it will show you 2 dates, the week endings. And then your school one, it will give you learner count, educator count, learner attendance, educator attendance. In this school, learner attendance is code, it's 95. Educator attendance is code, it's 98. And then learners are coming to school. In case in your school, your learner attendance, it's less than 95, this would be red. And if educator attendance is also less than 95%, which is a national agreement, it will also be red. But we have this other one, task marks capture. Why I came here is because your underperforming status is also caused by performance, learner performance. Now, this one is our bone of content because people don't capture tasks when the tasks have been completed. They wait and wait and wait until end of term 3, and then they simply submit. This means you have missed the opportunity of teaching or remediating or, correcting whatever that needed to be corrected. But the director from Johannesburg West, he is actually doing that. He's checking if tasks are being captured and whether not even captured. If you have not captured, you are giving us the impression that probably you have not done them, or maybe you have done them. Maybe you did not capture because you capture once in a month, or maybe whatever the case may be. So in his case, he knows that For instance, maths, there is no way that we don't have anything, because maths and language, especially language, it has a lot of tasks. So this is the part. Now, colleagues, I want to encourage you right now in this webinar that please, as you go back to your school, make sure that on weekly basis, this learner attendance and educator attendance has been captured. I want to come to educator attendance if it is read. Let's say there's a teacher or two that are absent at school and you have 8 periods per week, which is probably, maybe let's say 6 periods per week. I mean, not a week, a day. And then you are absent at school. So meaning you are missing 6 hours. And then you are absent for 5 days. It's 6 times 5. It's 30 hours lost, which it's impossible for you to even make up for the lost time. Imagine if there are 2 or 3 teachers who are absent for 5 days and there are 3. So it will be 90 periods that have been lost. So this term to date, it helps you to start monitoring learners' attendance and educator attendance and task marks so that you begin to manage. Remember, the circular says you first identify, and then after identify, you manage. So you would have identified that, hey, in my school, learners are not attending, or educators are not attending, or educators are coming, learners are not coming to school. So you have already identified that. What are you doing about it? You can build it up in terms of the people that Mr. Tishan was talking about, and the task marks. This can help you to also identify whether people have done their tasks or they have not done their tasks. I'm going to now go to the second part. The second part, which is Ma'am Edith Smith and the DBE director, both of them from national office. I really want to congratulate and acknowledge their presentation, because as we are moving, this has been a problem. People misunderstanding the D1s and the D2s. At least D3 is clear. What I heard from this is that, one, for you to underperform, firstly, you must, if they say you're underperforming, it means you did not get 70%, meaning out of 100 learners that wrote, less than 70% of them passed. So by virtue of that, you are underperforming. The second point was, they write you get 70, at least 70 or more. Then the second point is, now we are going to look at, okay, you have managed to deal with quantity. Now we are looking at your quality. So the quality is bachelor passes. So this is where I'm going. Then with this one, I'm going to reports. Let me go to reports. You see on the left-hand side, it's reports, or you can use this one, reports. So I'm going to use the left-hand side as my page, because where I'm seated, it's not showing. Colleagues, I'm going to use FET promotional profile. But if you look at my screen, you can see that I have senior phase promotion profiles, meaning what I'm going to do here, you can still do this with your grade 8s and your grade 9s, but you have to be at a grade 7 or 8 or 9 for you to be able to access this. Why am I accessing it here at green? Is because I have selected grade 12. So if you select 10 or 11 or 12, it will show you this. And then I want to pause a little bit and speak about the other 2 policies that I'm going to talk about. The first policy is NPPR, meaning National Policy Pertaining to Program and Promotion. This policy deals with the pass requirements, firstly. Secondly, it deals with what are the requirements for bachelor pass, what are the requirements for diploma pass, and what are the requirements for higher certificate pass. Excuse me. I'm also going to use CAPS document. curriculum assessment policy document. And I'm going to show you why many learners have failed, even though they could have passed if only they understood the requirements from the NPPR versus the CAPS policy document. So I'm clicking here. Okay, let me go further down. This is a profile. This is your graphical representation of the analysis of the results. And this, you can get it on 4 times in a year on quarterly basis. Meaning, you can actually track yourself whether you are going to underperform or you are going to not underperform. So these graphs, when I put my cursor here, it says met all criteria level up. What does it mean? Let me take you back. NPPR says the FET pass requirements. You write 7 subjects at least. You can do 8, 9, 10, it's up to you, but you write at least 7. And then you must pass 6. Even if you have 8 or 9 or 10, you still have to pass 6. And how are you supposed to pass your 6? You must have 340s and 330s. That is a minimum pass. 340s and 330s. One of your 40, it's home language. In other words, home language is the only compulsory 40. All other 40s, you can get them in any subject, and all other 30s, you can get them in any subject. Now, but this one says, met all criteria, level up. This means these learners who are 2,636, this is their number, they actually outperformed themselves. These are your bachelor passes. These are your diploma passes. They are far beyond the 340s and the 330s. So if you have learners like this, what you are supposed to do in terms of the bachelor, increasing the number of bachelors, you'll find that there are learners here who have obtained diploma pass, but they are averaging from 50% and above up to 70%, but they have obtained a 40%, a diploma pass. As I do the actual spreadsheet, I will show you, and then I will tell you what are the requirements of a bachelor pass. Let's go to the second one. The second one says met all criteria at risk home language, meaning all other subjects are above level except home language. Even that home language, they pass these learners, 308, they have passed home language. The only difference is that their home language is sitting between 40 and 45. Now we are worried that should anything happen to this, let's say the 40, he loses 1 mark, that child will fail automatically because they failed. So our role as the school, we need to maintain these kids. These ones, they met all criteria, but there's a 30 that is sitting between 30 and 35. So you need to go back and check, where is this 30? Who is this learner? What subject is this? So that you can talk to the educator who's teaching this child, make sure that this child gets at least more, even speak to the child and say you can do better. This one met all criteria other. These are the learners who have passed with 340s and 330s, your higher certificate pass learners. And these ones are high risk. These ones are high risk. They have 340s and 330s, meaning if you have a straight 340 and straight 330, that learner, if they miss any percent in any subject or 2 subjects, that learner is going to fail. If they miss 1 subject, they get 5, that learner is going to fail. So your higher certificate learners are actually at risk of passing or failing. Now, all this green means they have passed. We were just showing you the risk. This is my presentation in terms of increasing the number of learners now. If you are less than 70%, this is where you can start increasing your learner numbers, because this one says did not achieve home language criteria. They are 373. They just missed home language only. So if we can teach these learners their home language, chances are they will pass and get into the rate. This 84 did not achieve 40% criteria. This one, it's so easy. There is no specific subject. All what you do, you are going to look at other subjects that are at 38 or 39 so that we can try and salvage this problem. The 842 did not achieve 30%. The 30% is beginning to worry. They are 842. They need a 30. This begins to speak to the CAPS document. Let me speak about CAPS document while I'm still here. The CAPS document says in terms of the subject performance in the classroom, it says home language, at least a learner should get a 40% in home language. All other 6 subjects, they can get a 30% for them to pass. Now, if a learner is not encouraged and we don't speak about this, chances are a learner will have a 140 and 6 30s, but this learner will still fail. And these learners, I will show you where they are seated. And these learners can go out of this if we can ensure that we communicate with the learners, let them understand what are the pass requirements and the importance of us having this. Look at this one. One DNH did not achieve home language and 30%. Grade 12. Okay. I'll talk to you. Colleagues, I'm doing grade 12 right now. Can I please finish grade 12? I'll come back to grade 9, maybe because there's a need. I can see that people, yes, in the chat, people want us to do examples for grade 9. Can I finish the grade 12? Then I can go to grade 9. I'll try and move faster. Thank you. Now, DNA, home language, and 30%. Look at this. The learner is writing 7 subjects. This learner failed 2 subjects. But what are those? They missed a home language and a 30%. But because home language is compulsory, if I were you, I was going to ensure that this learner passed home language, and these 154 learners would have passed. The third one, these learners, colleagues, when you have time, I will tell you where to find the information when I do the spreadsheet. These 903 learners, if you go to the average percentage, what I'm going to do, you will find that we have learners who are even averaging percentage pass of 50% down to 30%. They have failed. Some of them have 3 50s, they have a 49, but they don't have 2 30s, or for them to pass. Or they have the 30s, maybe 3 40s, 2 40s, 130, and a lot of 30s. And then these kids, they need just a 40 for them to pass. So I'm going to do this. Why was I explaining this? I am beginning to manage and help you and supporting you in terms of using the data for you to start increasing the number of learners that are passing. I'm going to get to the next.
Hello.
This is,
Hello.
yes.
Is your Wi-Fi working?
Yeah.
Check.
At home or at home?
Not Wi-Fi.
Apologies for that, Mami. I think the colleagues might have unmuted by mistake, but we are good to go now.
Okay, thank you. Now look at this. This 69% is actually the term 3 average percentage pass of grade 12 in this particular school. which is 60 district, it's 60 school, it's 69%. Now they are below. By virtue of this, they are already underperforming. So I'm pleading with us colleagues that please upload on time. Make sure that everybody uploads, for you to be able to just press a button and go to reports and go, if you are a senior face, go to senior face. If you're an FET, go to FET and check this. As soon as it's below 70%, you must know that I'm underperforming. But what I was talking about, colleagues, is this. If you add this 69 and you manage these 17% learners who have just missed one criteria, how many is it? 60, can you add for me, please? 69 plus 17?
Yeah.
80 what?
88. 88.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
88%. You can see. Yankee, I hope I'm correct. 69
No,
plus.
that's 86. That's 86.
86.
Okay, 86.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We are not good with calculations here. So it's 86%. Now, for a school, if in term 1, this is what comes out, and you see that I'm at 69, you start looking at this, did not achieve one criteria. You start putting targeted intervention strategies for these learners. And in your meeting, as the director from Johannesburg West was saying, we're dealing with these things. As soon as we find these things, we deal with them. We can do that. And you begin to build your 80%. You might not get 86%, but can you imagine if you're doing it on quarterly basis, chances are we can pull through. Possibly even these kids that are here, which I said I was going to show you. Colleagues, I'm gonna skip certain things. I don't want to come here because I'm going to do an analysis. So now I'm going to a spreadsheet. How do we go to a spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Look at these people making noise.
Mamela, my darling.
Yo.
Askis, I've
Okay.
muted the colleague.
Okay. Colleagues, I have skipped a slide because I'm not using the schools or the district live information for Poppy Act. There's a stage that I have skipped. At the end of the dashboard here, down here, there is a tab that is written data download, and the other one is PI data download. We are downloading now your results into a spreadsheet. So in your school, you will click that data download. Why data download? The data download does not have names, but the PI data download has names. For us, people from New Leaders, we click the data download because we don't have access to PI data download. And even some of the colleagues who are in this program, if you click here and then you only see a blue color in the data download and then the other one is white, you must know that you don't have access to API data download. So the PI data download, when you click that one, is going to download and show a sign that says export to Microsoft. And then you click that one. Now I'm here at the Microsoft. Now this is where I am. And when you open it, it will in my
Mr. Kiri, please continue.
Thank you very much. What is also key, colleagues, is that we must know where to find certain information on Triple D and how to use it and how to analyze and which subjects are at risk and how to do support plans in based on what we have established in Triple D.
The column is column I. The name of the column is criteria profile. Okay, colleagues, I'm only going to use this one. This column is column Y, criteria profile. This is the graph that I was doing earlier. This graph is going to show you if you want to have a list of learners who did not achieve 30% criteria. You will click. When you say, okay, it will give you the number. They are 19. And then you can copy the page into the next page. I'm not going to do that process given the time that I have. But what I'm interested in
papers now in November. There's a possibility that they can't write test, they fail actually. And then because of we have got the unintended consequence of the mismatch between the task that we do, either is a project or is an assignment, they would pass the assignment at 100%. But when you give them a test to write, they fail. That is exactly the screen is all about. The raw marks seem to say there is a lot of content gap. If you look at level 7, the raw mark says only 10% of them got level 7 and up, but without...
This learner is doing agriculture. This learner is doing agric. The first mark is 49. And then the second is FAL, 66. The third is Xhosa, 78. The third one is LO, 97. The other one is maths, 47. And then physical science, 42. Let me look at the last subject. Yeah. So how many? 1, 2, I've missed. Life sciences, 64. Okay. Now, what is the policy saying pertaining to bachelor pass? It says a learner must pass home language, which is 78. And then it also says life orientation is not included in the 50s that are needed. So you remove home language and you remove 97. Then we're looking at how many 50s. The bachelor pass requirements are 4 50s, excluding, they must pass home language, plus 4 50s, excluding life orientation. In this case, this learner has 66 and 64. The rest of this learner's subjects are 49 and 42. So there's a possibility that this learner in agriculture, if something can be done, this learner can get a 50%. We also have a 47%, meaning if we can talk to the educators teaching maths, this learner can be able to get a 50%, and this learner can actually get a bachelor pass. I'm going to repeat this one, and I hope you are noting. I said we first go to FET pass quality, and then you select a diploma pass. Then you go to average report mark. You sort from largest to smallest. This is largest to smallest. These learners, 63, 66, and the 50s, these learners have a potential of getting a bachelor pass. What killed these learners is they did not know that they needed to pass home language plus 4 times 50% in all other subjects, excluding life orientation. So I have even shown you how you can do it. You write the subject and the marks, you start removing, you make sure that home language is passed, and then you remove it, and then you remove LO. Then you look at the remaining subjects and start ticking those that are 50% and above and see which ones are closer to 50. And then you highlight those subjects. These learners are due to pass. They met all criteria level up. But what made them to be in the situation that they are in is because they did not meet a bachelor pass requirements. I hope this is understood. I'm doing only one subject because of time. I'm going to clear the filter. Colleagues, I want to go to column Y. I'm going to choose learners who failed multiple. So I'm choosing DNA multiple, did not achieve multiple subjects. Where are they? These ones. Look at my screen, it's red already. These learners failed. Thank God, this learner, this one, she's averaging or he's averaging 45. And then this learner has how many pass? English file, it's pass. It's closer pass. Here for a learner to get a higher certificate, all subject matters. We only need 340s and 330s. The only compulsory subject is home language. So we count 1, English 1, is closer 2, life orientation 3, life sciences 4. And then this kid failed because he failed agricultural science, he failed maths, he failed physics. This can be remedied. They have 25 and 26. If we really talk to the agricultural science teacher to up the game, and well, I also travel with the mentors. When I listen to them speak, they always say, they must first look at lower order questions. And they told me that the lower order, each and every question paper has lower order questions that are at 30%. So for learners like this, if you use that strategy, it worked in the provinces that I am supporting, and learners are coming out of this. So colleagues, I'm asking you to also do this one. You're going to write the name of the learner. You're going to write the subjects and the marks, and look at the subjects that you can actually be able to save. Does it make sense? Because we need 340s and 330s. I want to go back to senior phase as per request. Do I still have time?
Yeah.
Yankee, do I still have time?
Yeah, 40 minutes.
Okay. Can I please go?
100%.
I want to go to grade 9 so that they don't feel like we left them out. But they are going to help me. Ne? I'm choosing grade 9 deliberately. Let me remove this one. Let me clear the filter. I'm gonna clear the
face,
filter.
I think, Ma.
Yeah, I just cleared the filter so that let me see if I can be able. Okay, so I clear this one. Yeah, D2. And then let's choose the grades. I want grade 9. Okay. Colleagues, you can see now, I was in grade 12, it was FET promotional profiles. Now I'm in grade 9, it's senior phase promotion profile. Colleagues, I'm going to concentrate on three subjects. I'm going to concentrate on your home language. I'm going to concentrate on your LOLT. I'm going to concentrate on your maths. Because if a learner fails any one of the 3, a learner still fails. So this is the graph. You can just see. Look at the red. Hey, okay, let's look at this. Met all criteria, level up, meaning I know, I'm not very sure whether you're writing 9, yes, they're doing 9 subjects. They need to pass 3 with 340s, and then the other ones with, actually it's 540s. Hey, colleagues.
I think FET, I think they are doing 6, Mama, not 9.
No, it's not FET.
Oh, senior. This is senior phase. Okay.
Senior phase is 9. They do.
It's 9.
I know the compulsory subjects is home language is 50, and then they need to have 40 in maths and LOLT. Then they have another 240s, if I'm not wrong. And then let me do my maths. 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 30s, and then they can fail 1. Yes. So they have 50% home language and 40% maths and 40% LOLT. These ones are compulsory. And then they have any 40 2 other 40s in any subject and any 13 other subject, and they are allowed to fail only 1 subject. So meaning these kids have leveled up, they've passed everything. These greens are the risk. I'm interested in this one. Did not achieve. Let me select the school. Wait a minute. Let me select the school. I give at least 1,000. Let me select any school that surfaces. School not found. No school. It's okay.
No. Sorry, ma'am. Go back there. Go back there. Click on the drop down arrow for the school.
I went and said no.
Yes. Cancel Abel there. Just cancel.
Oh,
Okay. Click on it again.
yeah, there.
Oh, there we go. Then you can take
Yeah, we can take it.
any school giving you offering grade 9.
Okay, let's see if this one. Yeah, this one. It's okay. Okay, thank you, Yankee. Thank you for your support. Yeah, okay. 72, they met all criteria. Here, the second one, it says, met all criteria at risk home language. Remember, I said home language, if they fail home language, they fail. So if we're not taking care of this home language, these kids can fail. In these other ones, which is met all criteria at risk, maths, they all passed. Met all criteria at risk, FAL, they all passed. Met all criteria at risk level 2, 18. And then let's go here. I want this one. Did not achieve home language criteria and they failed. Let's come here. Did not achieve maths criteria, they failed. Did not achieve 40% criteria. Probably they've got others. They just need any 40 anyway, except Lord, they have passed Lord, they have passed maths, but they need a 40. These ones, they just need a 30. They met all criteria. Look at this one. DNA multiple. If a learner fails maths and home language, they failed. We say it's multiple. If they fail maths, maths, LOLT, and home language, they still fail. If they fail LOLT, they still fail. Maybe it's LOLT and another 30. When we say other, it means multiple. They failed more than 3 subjects, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And look at the number, 504. And this prompted me to go to achievement report. Grade 9, can you please note this one? Achievement report. There's a graph that is going to surface. Maybe when you are going back to school, just go to your senior phase.
So colleagues, whilst we are waiting for Helen and Monki to come back, I see there is a request on the chat to say, please select a subject, right? It's coming from Nomvula. Nomvula, for this exercise, I'm going to make a request. And then not only for this exercise, but when we do it still back at our respective schools, I would want you to recommend that we first, when maybe you take your colleagues who are not part of the session through the process that Monki has taken us through, you might want to do it holistically first, like Monki has showed us, right? You do it holistically so that all the colleagues within the school, we can all see how we are contributing to the overall performance of the school. And then from there, how we can individually so support in improving our performances or our school performance. That's number one. Then from there, when it comes to downloading the report now, this is what you want to do now, Nomvula. When you go to download the report, you want to make sure now this time around, because you are having a clear picture of how the school is performing and where support is needed based on the criteria. Then you might want to choose your subject when you download the report, so that then this time around, when you start to analyze the report, you are only zooming onto your subject alone, right? And then you are doing everything that Monki has showed us, but now this time around for your subject, this way now you're going to be able to do now your possible distinctions and your setting of targets. So I hope that answers your question, Nomvula. I see Helen is back up, so I'm assuming that they are good to go. Over to Helen and Monki. I see something is coming. 100% good to go.
No, I want the dashboard. Okay, colleagues, I wanted to bring you here. This light blue is the number of learners that have failed. Look at the number of learners that are failing grade 9. 31% pass, 69% fail. And majority of them are not failing because they don't know. It's because of failing either or, home language, maths, and LOLT, or multiple. They fail both, or the three of them, or they fail one and other ones. So I was just showing you that you must also go to this achievement page so that you can be able to see the magnitude. In fact, I would even encourage that you go to school and show them this dashboard. Go to grade 9, select grade 8 and 9. Don't even put 9, just say senior phase. It will bring the three. There's something that is obstructing me here, Ellen. Okay, I want to show them this one. Let me remove this. Let me see senior phase screen. How bad? There it is. This is grade 8. They are at 48%. This is grade 9. They are at 31%. This is grade 10, 43%. This is grade 11, 49%. What happened? Now it's 91%. What happened? But that's not what I'm talking about. For now, I'm talking about grade 8 and 9. To say it's important that we still communicate with educators. Let's not talk. I think Trishan spoke about it. Like, let's not focus on one grade first or focus on a subject. Don't focus on maths, LOLT, and home language only. Focus on all the subjects so that learners can pass. I think I'm at the end of my presentation, Yankee. I'm ready to take questions if there are any.
Okay, perfect. I see we have a raised hand from, I will tell you now, Malin. Malin.
Hi, colleagues. How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
No, warm greetings here from the Northern Cape. So, and JTG,
Oh,
which you are
yes,
well familiar with.
The voice.
I just want to us to go back to the reports and then go to the term for predictions. One that was now.
Which grade?
Any grade you can, but we are currently in grade 9, so we can just maybe select phase, senior phase.
Let me tell you, let's select senior phase. Yes, we are there. Let's go to reports.
We go to reports on the left-hand side. That you see at the right bottom, it said term for predictions, promotion predictions.
Oh, you want the prediction? Yes.
Yeah, so yes, remember we've selected one school. So if you as a manager maybe want to select, you know, a circuit, or then it's going to show the little dots of which represent
so you want us to choose a circuit?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do circuit 2. Okay.
Okay. Now, you can see
there are the dots. Yes.
So you see the red ones, they're already predicting now that those schools are going to underperform, because you can see there is the EMAS number, it's high school 5, because you're working with a genetic sample. Which means now that you can now start your last push or your intervention, or just invite those in terms of getting them ready. So this is a very helpful tool. When you're in school, it's the red dots will probably then represent a learner. So for your parental meetings or son, it's a clear view for you just to see now, based on the data that was punched in, this is where they are steering towards. So I found this very helpful, just you know, from my side.
Thank you, Marlene, for adding this information. Colleagues, Marlene has already showed it. What Marlene is trying to say also to us as colleagues is go and register your DDD dashboard, get your login details, play around with it. We are having people who can actually assist you in terms of any question that one. Thank you very much, Marlene. Thank you. I really appreciate what you have done. You have added something to the presentation. I highly appreciate it.
Thanks, Ma. If I may also come in there, I think from the chat there
Yes.
as well, we've got feedback from Brian Moa.
Okay.
He's just saying, very important. I need to know this too. So I'm not sure, Brian, if you are referring to the promotion predictions report that Marlene has just brought to our attention, or if you are referring to the FET promotion profile. But either way, as Mama has indicated, the reports are there. You just want to make sure that you log on to the dashboard, you play around then with the reports, and then from there, you immediately start to play around with the reports. Then a lot of questions are going to start now to come to mind. Then this is where you can also now make use of us through the help desk or through the webinars to ask those clarity-seeking questions so that then you are able to interpret your data correctly and then be able to plug in the support that is needed. So thank you very much for that feedback, Brian. We have a question here from Tandimu Yeketsi. Is it
Yes.
possible to filter exam only, Mama? Exam only stats 2 on the DDD?
No.
Yeah,
No,
so-
Yankee.
yes. So you've got your answer there, Tandy. At the current stage, you are not able to filter for exam stats only. However, if you go to the achievement tab, you might still be able to get the insights on exams, depending on whether there was an exam written for that particular quarter. Maybe if you can just go to achievement tab there, Mami.
Yeah, we're going there.
Okay, on the left-hand side. Yes.
Achievement.
And then on this table, Tandy and the colleagues, this is where you'll be able to pull some insights on the exam that was written for your school or for your circuit. Yeah, perfect here. But like we said, it's going to depend on whether for the selected grade or phase, if there was an exam written for that particular quarter. If it was, then the exam column will then give you the exam insights. And then what Mami is showing you there is that from this table, colleagues, that we are looking at now, you can actually export this table so that then you can start to play around with it or maybe put it on your presentation actually for reporting. So you can export this information by clicking there where it says export, and then you export it now to Excel, and then you click on the export button. It is going to download it, the same table onto your computer. So from there, you will now be able to open it, maybe put it inside your presentation slide, and then play around with it the way you want to play around
There
with
it
it.
is.
There
There
it is. Can you see? Thank you, Ma.
Okay.
So there is the report. There is the report, colleagues. So you can start now to play around with the report however you want to play around with it. So I hope that, Tandy, this is also answering your question with regards to exam stats. Thank you very much. I'm going to scroll down on the chat, Mama, to see. We have again a question from LB. You can get exam only on the individual profiling of the learner profile, isn't it? I think
maybe exam mark.
Yes, I think it's the exam mark. No, I think we are getting what? Is it not the aggregated percentage on the learner chart report or on the FET? I think it's the aggregated. Yes, I think it's the aggregated LB. Yes. Yeah. So if you want it separately for a subject, then I think the best place for you to pull it is going to be here, where we are now.
Yeah.
Okay, colleagues, I see our group, the breakaway groups are going to be closing now. As I've indicated, we had 7 minutes. So most likely we are going to be pushed back onto the webinar room. So Lisiva, I'm not sure if we'll be able to respond to your question, but let's see. Please ask your question.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, colleagues. That was an interesting presentation. I'm at the district
Yes.
We're using Triple T to train principals. Our challenge is we don't have a problem with weekly uploads or quarterly uploads. Our challenge is in using Triple D because we can see from data that although the principals are uploading, but they are not using Triple D because the number of usage is very high. The number of logins is very high. But when you go to repeaters or using Triple D, principals are not using Triple D as expected. Now, I just want to find out what mechanism can we use? Because it tells us that they are not using Triple D to make decisions. There's somewhere where they are sourcing information other than Triple D. Because if they were using Triple D, repeater users were supposed to be very high, but that is not what they do. Can you just tell us other strategies that we can use? Thank you.
Thank you, Lisiva. I think, with your permission, I'll take a step at this one. I'm just going to share some of the best practices that are happening in other provinces, Mr. Lisiva, and then you might maybe come up with your own as well. That will be effective. But what happens, especially from a district point of view, the context that I'm going to give you is the official leading, making sure that the officials are using the dashboard by ensuring that when they come to account, like we are starting a new quarter, they are from the curriculum unit, when they come to present their plans for visit, already based on the people she is going to meet with, she has already logged onto the dashboard to look what the data is saying. When they come to present their plans, then he's going to then question them based on what they are presenting to her versus what she has seen on the data. On this example, you'll find that maybe they are planning to go to school B based on their plan. But from her side, looking at the data, the school that needs that particular curriculum official is school C and school D, but the school is not there. It's actually at the bottom. So from there, she will ask them what informed this visit to school A when school C and D actually need you like now. And then the school that you are planning to visit now, you can actually go to them 2 weeks later, but this ones, they need your support. So a short answer here is during the accountability sessions, they need to come to account using the dashboard insights to say, if you are predicting 80%, Mama showed us how to do the predictions on the FET. So if a principal comes to present to the secretary manager and say, we are predicting to have 80% pass at the end of the quarter. And then as a secretary manager, you have predicted using the data, you are seeing 79. It's an interest that they are predicting 80, but how do they get to the 80, right? So this is where now I think we can force them to actually make those, or guide them to make those data informed interventions whereby when they come to you, prior to them coming, you have already analyzed their data. When they present, you have an idea. You just want to hear them speak to those pain points or the red flags that we have seen. And if they are not talking about them, then you probe to say, where did you get the data? Because from what you are presenting and what I'm looking at from your school, you have not touched on these important 2 aspects. How are you going to mitigate them? So I hope that will help us, Dadeli Siba.
No, it will. Thank you very much.
100%. I'm not sure if we've got additional or we've got a question, a feedback again from LB. Thank you very much, LB. In school view, click on province to expand and then learner info will activate, then click on learner information and then on a learner name and learner detail. Scroll down. So I think this is now when you want to see the exams mark, LB, because I think we're talking about exams. So here LB saying that for you to see that exam raw mark, you can actually go to click. If you are a school principal, you want to make sure that on the matrix table, here on the matrix table, yes, Madanki, on the matrix table, you are looking at your school name. You click on your school name if you are a school-based official. When you click on the school name, the 2 buttons will activate at the top there. then you will click the one that says learner information, and then it will present you with the school role. And then from here, then you'll be able to see everything that I think is Tembile who asked the question around report marks. Then you'll be able to get it from here. So thank you very much, LB, for guiding us to this this one here to get your exam. So this is where you can get it, colleagues. But now remember, this functionality that we are looking at now, it is available mostly by default to the school-based officials. By default, they will have access to the learner names. But for everyone above the school, if you are not having access to learner personal information, you just need to apply for it so that then we are in compliant with POPIA. But for the school-based official, by default, your dashboard account will come with that access for you to be able to see the learner names and educator names. But anyone above the school, it's a request that you need to do. I hope that also will come in handy when you struggle. Maybe you're not having PI, then you will know what you need to do. Thank you very much. I think, Mama, Helen, I'm not sure if there's anything that maybe we might have missed, but I think it is safe for us to close and go back into the main room. Thank you very much. Thanks, colleagues, for all the emojis. It shows that the session landed very, very well. So we appreciate that feedback. So I'm now going to close this session. And then remember, it's going to take us back into the main webinar now. Thank you very much for all the emojis. See you on the other side.